guys, it's Kelly, the embroidery nurse. So I have been on a long search for a tennis bag. I've had plenty of customers reach out to me wanting to find a bag they can monogram, something cute they can take to tennis. I do play a lot of tennis, so it's something that's, you know, I would really love to find for myself, something I could possibly offer at my club, and then also offer in my shop for others to purchase as well. So you might ask, well, how do you go about looking for the items that you're going to sell? And I have to tell you, it is a process. If you are going to purchase something, if you can't find something, so that's what's happened with this. I could not find anything around that suited the needs that I was looking for. Something that is going to be easily monogrammable. Monogrammable. Is that even a word? Something that's easy to monogram, because that is key. Of course, there might be lots of different bags out there, but if they have weird funky pockets or really tight spaces, then they're not going to be a good option for embroidery. My husband just interrupted me. I don't even know where I was at. So I could not find what I was looking for because I couldn't find anything that was just easy to monogram or the size, color, just all the things. So I reached out and looked for something with suppliers that I have worked with in the past overseas, and I gave them what I was looking for specifically. And then I go through the process of picking out colors and, you know, looking at different examples they can give me, and then purchasing samples. You guys, samples are not cheap. So if you have a group that you buy certain things from, make sure they are getting the samples. And, you know, that's what I try to do with Blanks for Embroidery. Make sure I get samples so that I know the things that I'm ordering are quality. I'm going to show you the first couple of ones that I got. So I worked with a company and had this one created. Now, I like everything about it except the color combination. So bad. I had said pink, and this is pinkish peach. Really don't like that color. And I had said, you know, lime green straps. Now, I like the lime green straps. Never did we once talk about having black piping. That really wasn't in the works. But the size of the bag I really do like. But they also, what is hot right now, you guys, is pickleball. They didn't have a pickleball version. So I was like, I really would prefer to get a bag that I can have for both. And I don't mean the bag for both sports, but both sports in a bag. So, you know, I liked it enough, but I knew it was going to take some work to get it to where I want. Because also what was not discussed was this extra pocket on the outside. And this is pointless when it comes to embroidery. I really needed this not to be there. And I had said I didn't want anything like that. And the sample came with that. So that was really unfortunate because where we're going to embroider is right here. Now this does open like I had hoped. Very easy to fold back and embroider, put on machine. Fast frames is what I would use. But this ruined it on the outside because we would be monogramming right here and that would make this useless. And I mean, what are we putting in here, guys? Like, I hate all these extra pockets that some things come with. So, you know, I'm glad I did order this as a sample because it proved to me that there's a lot of different things I would like changed about it if I wanted to order this in bulk. Wasn't, like I said, happy with the color combos that I chose, nor was I happy with the extra pocket. This definitely doesn't look or seem pink to me, and then I didn't like the piping. So quality wise it's amazing, so that wasn't the issue. It's just I don't like the choices. I even took it, you know, to one of my tennis matches and showed them, and we all were like, ee. Let me show you right here. This is the second sample that I got. I actually really liked this color combination so much better. I ended up using this for a donation for a silent auction. Since I already had these bags on hand as samples, I decided to go ahead and use this, knowing that I was not going to go with this option as, you know, a bulk order. I don't want these just, you know, sitting around and having no use. So I donated this dun, 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 with that cute little towel. And I also got the tennis pro at my club to donate an hour lesson. So it was a really kind of fun combo gift. And it was using something that, you know, I had paid for but wasn't going to use. So I don't need all these extra things sitting around. And I do have a few extra things sitting around at the moment. So this was a good, you know, run, but not something I'm going to purchase. What I'm super excited about is I got a sample from another vendor, and I am so in love. I decided to do basic color, just one color for both pickleball and tennis, because what I thought would be fun is to showcase the embroidery on it versus all the color combinations that I chose on that first bag. So I went with just your solid black and white. You cannot go wrong with that, and I am ecstatic about putting a monogram on this today, and I am going to do it. I cannot think past hot pink. I just think it's going to look amazing on the bag. I do think, I actually, neon pink is what I'm going to use. Not hot pink, neon pink. That is going to be amazing. Let me show you that. Dun da da da. That is as neon as it gets. I love it. This is, I mean, it's called neon pink, and this is a Floriani color, PF6, neon pink. I can't wait. It's going to look so good. Okay, but as I digress with exciting Floriani colors, I'm going to move on to the bag. So here's the bag. So it's a smaller size bag, which is all we need, guys. And this is where the tennis head will go. And you can see there's no extra pocket here. And I did specify that, right? I did not want anything else there. I've already unzipped it to show you how we can pull it back, put a fast frame, and put our monogram right here in neon pink. What's great about this is it comes with two straps. Dun, da, da, da. They're black and white. And then it also comes with, where did I put it? A shoulder strap that can, don't know what that was, that can go over the top. So you can have, you know, a longer bag, but this just even by itself goes over the shoulder. So this is probably how I would use it, but it does have a longer strap that when you purchase it, just kind of comes in the inside like so. So that is the tennis bag. Y'all, I cannot wait to monogram that today because it will be mine. And then we have the matching, dun da da da, pickleball bag. So you can see the pickleball, are they called rackets too, y'all? I don't play pickleball, but it is the like up and coming hottest thing right now. But it goes right here. So you can see how it's shaped. They're smaller. I should have brought a sample of that. I'll bring my tennis racket down in a minute. But you can see the difference of the pickleball versus the tennis racket head that goes into the bag. So you know the handles stick out a little bit on the side. So again, there's nothing extra on this here. This pulls back. We're going to be able to use a fast frame for that. And everything else is the same in regards to the bag. It comes with the shoulder strap. This one actually has it already attached. So that can be long. We can have that, you know, be longer. Or the two handheld ones that you can just throw over your shoulder. So, going to play tennis. No, I'm going to play pickleball. Tennis and pickleball. So, I love these. What I love is they are basically matching. Oh, wait. Pickleball is a little smaller. Actually looks a little different now that I see it. There's several things that are different about this that I wasn't noticing. It doesn't have the straps go all the way down. It's actually got reinforced handle. This one does not. Interesting. Those might be things I need to talk over, but I love them both just the same, seriously. But I do love that they're matching so that I can offer both. Are you a pickleballer or are you a tennis player? And you have either option to choose from. So how fun are these? So you do pay dearly when you get samples. I will admit to that. You pay dearly, but it is so worth your time and effort and money to get the right product that you know in the end is going to be something that, you know, will be successful in your shop. So these are definitely something that I'm going to order in bulk. I can't wait to include you in on that order if you want. I will provide the link down below of where you can grab these once I do place our first big order. But they're awesome. And again, I chose basic color, black and white. Can't go wrong there. And the reason being is because I want to make sure that our embroidery that we do, because that's what we're here for, is what's going to be showcased and look amazing, right? The personalization on this item is what's going to sell it and really rack up the price in the end. So I am going to today go ahead and monogram the tennis bag since, like I said, that's going to be for me. So I'll show you how the neon pink works. I'll show you how I use the fast frame with it. And I'm excited, you guys, and maybe I'll even show you a picture when I'm out playing tennis with it hanging at the court. So I hope that helps you kind of like understand how vendors and suppliers and, you know, folks like myself purchase samples, why we do it, why it's important, and why you should make sure that whoever you're purchasing from, you know, kind of has done their homework. That's kind of what I consider. It's homework on products that I think are going to do well. You know, just doing some groundwork so that we don't end up with, you know, the funky colors of the bag that I first worked out. But like I said, in the end, I will donate those bags. I will make sure they have good homes. They are quality, just not something that I want to sell moving forward. So let's go embroider. Happy stitching. Okay, so if you've been around with me for a while, you know I print out all my designs on Embrilliance, and the reason I do that is because it gives the nice little grid. Let me see if I can get it up closer so you can actually see the grid. Can you see the grid on there? That's what I use to center on the machine. So, yep, that's my initials. This sample is for me. I'm super excited about it. So I pin it, I print it out, and then I pin it on exactly where I want to be. So I measured the exact center, top and bottom, made sure it looked right, since this is kind of a, you know, the shape of it, you know, visually I wanted to make sure it looked right. So I liked it. It actually looked good centered both ways, and I pinned it on to the actual bag. And then you can see I've also pinned, I use sticky stabilizer, and I'll list any supplies I use, I will list below, but I use my fast frame. So you can see my fast frame there with the sticky stabilizer on the back, and then I still pinned it multiple times. The reason I pinned it so many times on the front is because this is actually a pretty thick, cushiony material. So I just wanted to make sure that when it does start to embroider that it, you know, doesn't shift at all, because it does have the sticky stabilizer on the back, but like I said, this is a pretty thicker, cushiony material. There's padding in here. So I wanted to make sure it didn't pull away from the sticky stabilizer, so I really did pin it all the way around. So I'm going to put it on the machine, but there's what it looks like on the inside. It really does pull away very well. This is a 4.5 inch monogram, so you can see it's pretty big. You could go bigger, you could go smaller, whatever floats your boat, but I just thought this one looked good, and I'm so excited to see it in neon pink. So I'm going to put it on the machine, and you can watch it stitch out. Here goes. All right, so I do want to be pretty careful that I don't get any of the straps in the way, but I've already got my fast frame attachment on there, so I'm kind of having to shimmy it underneath, tightening it in the front. So the biggest thing will be is that we're going to trace it and make sure that nothing shifts too much. It is kind of tight in there, but plenty of room. I don't think it's going to be a problem. So I've already got it loaded up. Now I'm going to trace it to that exact point right there. So that's again why we do that. Let's see if we can get even closer for you so you can see that spot right there. So you can see the grid line right here. That's what we're going to trace. So we're going to say, right here you can see my laser. We're going to move it over, doot, 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 and then down. So now my laser is directly over the grid line, so it's perfectly centered. What I want to do now is trace it and just make sure it doesn't shift too much. That's good. It did kind of wonky the bag a little bit, but it stayed, it didn't bump it. So we're going to go the other direction. Same thing, the bag's a little wonky, it kind of moved up a little bit, but it didn't bump the frame, so we're perfect. You also want to make sure that you're inside of the frame itself, because frames, for fast frames, don't speak to this machine because they're an added purchase. They don't come with the machine. So you have to be very careful with any off the market, is that what you call them? Frames, and just make sure you trace your items so that there is no issue and it doesn't hit the frame while it's embroidering, because machines don't like that. So I'm going to take off this, and I'm going to let it know that we do want it in hot pink. Not hot pink, neon pink, neon pink. I keep saying hot, but neon is where we're going. And we're going to start. Here we go. Done. I'm gonna take it off the machine. I actually stood by it a little bit longer than I normally do with things because it really was kind of squished in there, and I just wanted to make sure it didn't get off track too much. I'm going to show you where there are a little bit of error, but I'm also going to show you how you can fix that. So, you know, don't pull it off and be like, oh my gosh, I ruined it. Because there's ways you can fix things when you take them off the machine. So let me show you that. Let me get my little handy dandy favorite tool in my entire embroidery studio. I have so many of them. They're always just stuck to this. There's one. So let me show it to you up close. Now the pink is amazing. But let me show you what, when I took it off, I was like, ugh, is this right here. See these little pieces that are just kind of sticking out a little bit? What we do is we use this snag nabbit. Can you see this little itty bitty thing? It's supposed to be straight. Mine's bent from using it so much, but I have a ton of them. I literally stick it in that area where that little piece of thread is, and it's gone. Sometimes you have to do it a couple of times. You just pull that little extra piece of thread to the back. Voila. So you don't have to worry when you sometimes get those little extra pieces that might be sticking out from your design that you don't want. Just use your little snag nabbit. You don't want to cut them because then you're then it could fray, you know, and you don't want that to happen. When it's a really thick, like you can tell, like, I mean, it's like almost bouncy. It's that thick. You know, you just kind of have to sometimes go back and fix some of these pieces that might be sticking out. Now, it's a lot easier when you're not doing it up in the air like I'm doing right now. But I just wanted to show you how that's like an instantaneous fix. Snag nabbit. You should not be doing embroidery if you don't have this tool. I'm not joking. I've done an entire video on snag nabbit. I'll try to link it down below. But it is my favorite tool in my embroidery studio. I'm working on a few more pieces here just to make it look perfect, y'all. And again, you don't want to ever cut these little, you know, extraneous threads because it could make your embroidery start to unravel. So by just pushing it through to the back end, it's kind of like I'm doing cross stitch. You are salvaging, you know, anything that you might perceive to be just kind of like a little mess up on the embroidery part. So I just want to show y'all, it doesn't always look 100% perfect when you pull it off the machine. Now, we are our worst critics. That probably would never have been noticed by whoever, you know, you're making it for. But I want to make it perfect. I want to be 100% proud of it when I'm selling it or when I'm displaying it. And this is going to be my sample, so I definitely want it to be awesome and, you know, no errors. So I love the pink. I love the font. With this, since it is a thicker material, I definitely suggest a thick font. A thin font would get lost in this padding, without doubt. I don't use any kind of cover on the top, whatever that's called, like the wash away. It's not, or is it wash away? It's not needed because this is a flat nap. If it was, you know, bumpy like a towel, then I could see you needing that. So I'm going to pull the pins out, and then we'll pull off the, some of these pins probably are bent. Like I said, it's pretty thick. We'll pull the sticky stabilizer off. I use pretty long pins for reasons just like that, so that you can get all the way through an item. And then I'm just going to pull the sticky stabilizer off and get any extra pieces. But you don't have to clean it up too much. It's the inside of the bag, right? So I don't really stress too much. Zipper back up. Y'all, what do you think? Don't you love it? I'm so excited about this. It is awesome. So just wanted to show you start to finish of how I found samples, worked through the process of finding the one that I think is the one. I really do. This is the one. And also have, you know, two options in matching. We've got both the pickleball and the tennis. And I cannot wait to offer these. I will be offering these as blanks, but then also offering these to for personalization in my own group and at my own club. So I'm super excited about that. Yay tennis, yay pickleball for those that are into that. I can't wait. I'm gonna go actually take my bag and take some pictures out by the tennis court with the racket in it, maybe some balls around it, so that it really gives a like in real life version of how it's used. So I will showcase those after I'm done with this video, but I hope you enjoyed it. These are awesome. I can't wait to offer these to you guys. Hope you have fun stitching them and let me know what you think. Bye guys, happy stitching, happy tennis and pickleballing. Go ballers. So weird. Bye guys.